Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about the why cavitation doesn't occur in the reciprocating pump, and we do not see cavitation problem in the reciprocating pump mainly, right? So what is the reason behind it, why cavitation doesn't occur in the reciprocating pump? That is the most frequent asked interview question which I have faced many times, as well as my students has also faced many times. So we are going to discuss in this video about the why cavitation doesn't occur in the reciprocating pump, right? So first of all, we understand that what is the meaning of cavitation and how cavitation occurs in the centrifugal pump, right? So first of all, let's understand that what is the cavitation. Cavitation is the formation of bubbles. Cavitation is the formation of bubbles and collapsing it, right? This is the definition of the cavitation. Now how the formation of bubbles will occur? Because of boiling, okay? And I hope you know about the boiling and the definition and concept of the boiling, right? So how that bubbles will collapse? Because of the increasing of pressure, okay? That we will discuss in the case of the centrifugal pump. Simply you will see in a centrifugal pump, we have already covered about the centrifugal pump, that how it works or how it generates the pressure. Please check it out, that video as well. So in the centrifugal pump, what happens that, let's suppose this is the suction side of the centrifugal pump and this is the discharge side of the centrifugal pump, right? So this suction side, okay, this suction pipe will have some pressure. Let's suppose this pressure is P1. Now in this centrifugal pump there is the impeller, okay? There is the impeller in the centrifugal pump, and let's suppose this is the impeller. Now this impeller is the heart of the centrifugal pump because it is a rotating part within the centrifugal pump, right? So what happens that, let's suppose if there is the one size of this suction side, let's suppose this is D1, so it will have some size that is D2, and it is a very small in size. The eye of the impeller is very small in size. So what happens that vacuum is create here. So what happens that the vacuum is create here. So simply there is the P1 pressure and here the pressure will be P2. So what will happen that, so always the fluid will flow from higher pressure to lower pressure, and that's how the fluid goes from suction side to the impeller, and this is the rotating part of the centrifugal pump. So what happens that simply your fluid goes from here and then it's out from here, and with the help of the casing, area increases, and due to area your pressure increases, and simply it goes to the discharge side, right? So as the bubble forms at the eye of the impeller, because the vacuum is created here or the cavity is created at the impeller's eye, right? So what happens that the formation of bubbles occurs, or simply you can say the boiling occurs, okay? Then we know that in the casing of the centrifugal pump pressure increases, so the pressure will increase. So what will happen that simply the force will occur around this bubbles, and then this bubble collapse, okay? And this entire operation, you can say, or this entire thing is called the cavitation. Are you getting my point? So this happens in the centrifugal pump, and that is called the cavitation in the centrifugal pump. Same happens in the orifice. When we install the orifice in the pipeline, same happens in the in your wall, okay? Let's suppose in the globe wall, right? Now if you will see the reciprocating pump, this is your reciprocating pump. This is the single acting reciprocating pump. This is your plunger pump, and this is your piston pump, right? So now what I am going to tell you here, that in this pump, the reciprocating pump works in the backward and forward motion. So what happens that when this piston will go backward, the vacuum will create here, right? And let's suppose at this side the pressure is P1. So and at this side the pressure was P2. So the P1 and P2, what will happen, as the vacuum will create here. So P1 is higher than the P2. Simply your liquid will go away. The liquid will go here, right? And it goes here, means your piston goes here. And when your piston will go forward, so what will happen? Simply, let's suppose here the pressure is P3. So now what will happen, that simply it will push your liquid, right? And at that case, this valve will be closed. Actually, this suction and delivery valve is a type of the NRV. This is a type of the NRV. So what will happen, that this valve will be closed, and as the pressure increases, simply this valve will be open. Why? Because let's suppose here the P4, and this P4 is higher than the P3, right? So now what happens, that simply this valve will open and your fluid will go like that, right? Why I am telling you that? Because in the reciprocating pump, your area is not suddenly decreasing as it was decreasing in the impeller eye of the centrifugal pump, right? So here what is happening, that simply your pressure is increasing very fast, or you can say that it is shoot up. That's why the cavitation problems doesn't occur in the reciprocating pump mainly. Why? Because here this motion, the backward and forward motion, is continuous, right? And most of the time there is the plunger type of the pump, like a 3-stage pump, okay, 2 double acting pump. So what happens, that at that time the cavities doesn't create here, okay, and your liquid doesn't boil here. So what happens, that simply the pressure shoot up very fast and liquid goes to the discharge side, right? And the cavitation problems doesn't occur mainly in the reciprocating pump. That's why. But in the case of the centrifugal pump, this happens at the impeller eye. I hope you are getting my point, what I want to say, right? So that was the answer of this question, why cavitation doesn't occur in the reciprocating pump. I hope you got this point. If you have any doubt in this video, please let me in the comments box. I'll definitely clarify your point as soon as possible. So that's all for the today's video. Thanks for watching. Till then, keep learning.